one. First and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, and the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahavakar Kadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, I mean, a very few brothers and sisters that are listening and learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because you know we're living in the last days of the last days. So without further ado, we're going to flow with the Spirit, and it's going to be based on the things that are going to come to a city, to a town, to a village near you. And it's going to be a lot of trouble, and there's going to be a lot of blood. It's going to be a lot of, you know, agony. We're going to start off on Amos. All right? Actually, you know what? We've got Amos 2 and 6. If a trumpet is blown in the city, will not the people be afraid? If there is a calamity in the city, will not the Lord Yahweh have done it? So the first verse, it says, if a trumpet is blown in the city, will not the people be afraid of what? That trumpet, right? Why? Because the trumpet is a warning of danger. You know that, right? When a trumpet is blown, right? Symbol of danger or the enemy's coming, okay? Or a state of emergency. And even today, you have an alarm. Example, if World War III was to pop off, they would have like an alarm system to warn the people to, evacuate. Okay? And it says, will not people be afraid? But guess what? The trumpet's being blown, and they're still not afraid, even though the trumpet's being blown. People they're supposed to be afraid, right? The trumpet is being blown right now. Okay? If there is a calamity in the city, will not the Lord have done it? So if there's a calamity, any type of form, the Lord Jehovah has done that. Remember, He's in control. Okay? See what else we got. Now we're going to go to Zephaniah 1. I'm going to jump straight to 11. Well, you inhabitants of Maktesh. Maktesh means traders, right? Those that run the market, right? The global market. For all the merchant people are cut down. The merchantmen are the traders, the bankers, right? And all those who handle money are cut off. It says all those that are handling yet money, key thing, money, are cut off. They're crashing the system anyway, doing away with cash. And it shall come to pass that I will search Jerusalem with lamps. What's the lamps? The lamp represents what? The brothers. The lamps are the angels, right? That are watching brothers to see if they're doing what's right, right? They're basically, the angels are like supervisors, supervising us, man. And it says, check this out, and punish the men who are settled in complacency. We can't get too complacent. We can't. Who say in their hearts, the Lord Jehovah will not do good, nor will He do evil. See that? Therefore their goods shall become booty. What goods? The goods of the people, right? Those that have. And those that have not are going to be taken from those that have. Simple. And it says, check this out. Right. And it says, yeah, it's got the light. It's
yeah, just climb over it.
Yeah, go on, climb on.
Yeah. Don't want to break it on.
Yeah, it's there, man. It's there. So, what's going to happen? Those that have are going to be a booty to those that do not have. And it says, I will bring distress upon men and shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Jehovah. Their blood shall be poured out like dust, and their flesh like refuse. Neither shall their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So this is going to get real bloody. It's going to get real bloody. Blood's going to be poured out, man, on the streets and so forth. but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. It says it, right? For he will make a speedy riddance of all those who dwell in the land. Speedy, right? This is gonna happen in certain cities, man. That's why keep your mind focused on Yahweh Shai. Do not let no one deter you from what you're doing. Right? This it's called Jacob's trouble, and it's gonna come up on all the way. Let's go to Matthew. We got Matthew's right here. I believe it's Matthew 24. Hold on. It's going to be a time of trouble that never seen before. Here we go. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For there then shall be great tribulation, such as not was since the beginning of the world, unto this time. No, nor ever shall be. So this tribulation is coming upon the whole world. Right? Great tribulation, man. The whole world. Where the market's going to be crashed. The whole market's going to be crashed. There's going to be a lot of things happening. You know? Market crashing. A whole load of different things are going to be happening. Right? There's going to be riots. There's going to be starvation, famine, right? Looting, all those different things. Prisoners are going to be let out, which they are being let out early. Right? All these different things, man. It's going to be like a state of anarchy, right? See what else we got. So we got Amos. Oh, we went to that already. We got to that. We're going to go to a prophecy now. This is 2nd Ezra 16, right? And we're going to jump straight to, and there's a lot here, 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of what? Famine and great death, the beginning of wars, right? And the power shall stand in fear. It says the beginning of wars, brothers. War. You know that, right? The beginning of wars, man. Okay? You know what a war is, right? Just the beginning. And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What should I do when these evils shall come? What am I going to do when those evils come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Key thing, punishment. Yeah? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. Even though these things are going to be happening, they're still not going to turn from what they're doing. They're not going to turn from it. Yeah? Nor would be mindful of the scourges. So a wise man, a wise woman would say, hold on, there's a lot of evil happening, there's a lot of judgment. Maybe I should get right. But they're still not going to do that. And it says, but for all these they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, and they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even shall evils grow upon the earth. So you're going to see a lot of evil, a hell of a lot of evil. Right? And it says it's going to grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and confusion. It's going to be the sword. There's going to be great famines and great confusion. People are not going to know why these things are quite happening. Mm, and great confusion. And it says, check this out. And the cities, there's so much. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, starvation, right? Because martial law, by this time, martial law is going to be declared, and it's going to be like a rationing of food. So if you don't have it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be kept back, and a lot of you're going to be starving. There's only 2 to 3 days worth of food in these markets, 2 or 3 days. So you got to realize these things are going to happen, right? 2 or 3 days worth of food, okay? And it says, check this out. And it says, for strangers shall reap their fruits. Am I moving too far? I'm moving a bit too fast, right? And they escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy. So many are going to perish of famine, and other than escape the hunger, the sword is going to destroy them in terms of whatever weapon or destruction's waiting for them. And the dead shall be cast out like dung. In other words, it's not going to be cared for, right? You're just going to have to move aside, keep it moving. Right? And it says, check this out, it says as well, and they that escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy, and there shall no man be able to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Listen, the earth's being completely wasted, and the cities are going to be cast down. Nothing but anarchy. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The tree shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Nobody. Huh? The grapes shall ripen, who shall tread them? Nobody. For all the places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. This is how peak is gonna get. You know, people in the woods hiding themselves in the woods and in the clefts of the rocks, which is what? Mountains, buildings. As in every orchard of olives, upon every tree. You paying attention? There are left 3 or 4 olives. So there's not going to be many people within that town or city. Or as a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 by them that search their houses with the sword. In those days, brothers, we're approaching those days. It's going to get bad. Complete bad out here. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall be wax old. So the fields are also going to wax old. Nobody's going to be walking through them. And her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man travel thereof through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. It's going to be a terrible time. It's gonna be a real terrible time, man. Real terrible time. That's why we wanna get right if you have a show. See what else we got. What else? And in the wars shall their dragons be destroyed, and their husbands perish of famine. Hear now these things. Understand them, you servants of the Lord Jehovah. Hear these things and understand it. Yeah? Behold, the word of the Lord Jehovah, receive it, believe not the gods, and whom the Lord Yahushua spake. Behold, the plagues draw near and are not slack. They're near, very near. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they stop not a moment. Even shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So we have to be as pilgrims. Listen, right now we're just visiting. That's how we have to be as pilgrims upon this earth. Because we cannot take nothing with us. We came into this born alone, die alone. We're as pilgrims. We're sojourning, man. We're not taking nothing with us. Nothing. See what else we got. He that selleth, let him be as that fleeth, and he that loseth as he that will not. He that buyeth as one that will loseth. Remember, you're not taking nothing, right? Nothing to all this. What the 1 Corinthians 4:11. We ain't taking nothing with us. This is 1 Corinthians 4:11. Wrong one. I knew that would happen. Well, it's gonna get medieval. If you don't have faith, you're not gonna make it. If you don't have faith in these times, right? If you don't have faith, you will not make it. 2 Corinthians 4. I can't find it right now, but it says those that have from women, be those that had no women. Those that buy, as they buy not. Bro, we can't take anything with us. Yeah? We shut up on this. We shut up on this. And it says, "He that occupieth merchandise, property, what anything, business, as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as he that should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as widowers. And therefore they that labor, labor in vain." You see what I'm saying? They that labor, labor in vain. Why? Because it just told you what's going to happen. This is the breakdown of a society right now. Hope this was edifying. And Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. That's what's going to keep us stable. If you don't have that, you're going to be unstable and all over the place. Hope this was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.